Why do you think more and more foreigners are moving to Southeast Asia? And where are they actually going to? Are they choosing Bali, Thailand, Vietnam, Philippines, or where I live here in Cambodia? And why is Bali and Thailand now not becoming as popular as they once were? There's a simple reason for it. Cost. Bali and Thailand have always been renowned for cheap places to go to. Holiday makers have been going there for donkey's years. Especially as an Australian, I know that Bali was a go-to place for most people from Australia. Flights were always cheap, accommodation was cheap, and compared to what you were paying for everyday living expenses, Bali was very cheap. It's now got a lot more expensive. You'll see that a lot of videos getting around on YouTube, a lot of information on Google. A lot has changed in Bali. The next place was Thailand. Thailand had also was one of the go-to places you could get, very cheap. I remember back in 2012, I think it was, I flew business class out of Queensland from Gold Coast, at that stage direct to Phuket. Sorry, it wasn't direct, it was via Singapore, to Phuket for under $400 business class ticket. You won't get those anymore, well and truly long gone. Sure, it's 13 years ago, but the prices have risen dramatically. Vietnam is now starting to become the hotspot, the place to go. Vietnam is experiencing exceptional growth. So is Cambodia on the go-to list for a lot of people? Well, figures would suggest yes. Not in the numbers of Vietnam, not in the numbers of Thailand, not in the numbers of Bali, and not in the numbers of the Philippines. I don't know too much about the Philippines, but I do know about the others. In 2020, there was roughly around about 80,000 foreigners living in Cambodia, predominantly in Phnom Penh. Go forward, and then obviously COVID hit. A lot of them went home, some never returned, some did. Fast forward 5 years, and statistics will tell you that there's in excess of now 250,000 plus, with no exact figures because some come and go, some stay for a few months, some come and go. That's pretty substantial growth in 5 years, considering we had that 3-year block, I suppose you could call it, of not being able to travel. So you could pretty much say that they've gone from 79,000 to 250,000 people living, or plus 250,000 in 2 years. That's pretty significant growth. That's what, 35%, approximately 35% increase in foreigners shifting and living in Cambodia. I've witnessed it myself over the time. I've seen how many more foreigners are living here, and shortly I'll take you for a visit over to an area that is now fast becoming the most popular area in Phnom Penh for foreigners, for a couple of different reasons. One, the choices and variety of food and accommodation you have there, and the cost of it. This is right next door to what they say one of the most expensive and most common areas for expats to live in. It's the area itself is called TTP, or Toul Tom Pong, and right next door to it is BKK, which is like 4 times the price of TTP, and it's literally a street that separates them. So we'll go for a visit over there, and I'll take you to one of my favourite cafes. Sitting in one of my other favourite cafes, which is just around the corner from me, Hanneman Coffee, and I got my $1.25 coffee, and I got my $1.50 breakfast. How good is that? $2.75 breakfast and coffee. can't complain about that. Beautiful little scenery behind me and free Wi-Fi. No aircon because I'm sitting outside, but I have got fans on me. That's probably why you can see the plants moving around here. So let's go over to Toul Tom Pong and we'll go for a little bit of a look around. Alright, so it's a few hours later now, and I've arrived at one of my favourite places in all of Cambodia, and favourite to a lot of people, the Muffin Man. It's actually a bit of a story to this. So it is an Australian inspired cafe, bakery situation, but the guy that owns it is actually Khmer. Dieng, he started this up in 2019, I think it was, 2019, 2020. He'd dropped out of school years beforehand, and his family was very, very poor. So he took off to Thailand to work, and he was working 12-hour shifts. There's a lot longer story to it. I won't go into the whole details of it, but basically along the journey, he met an Australian lady who taught him how to bake, make pies and muffins and other bakery goods, I suppose you could say, and also cook meals. And then he opened up his first store in Siem Reap, and then he started another store in Siem Reap, and it would be, I think, 15 months ago now, he opened up this one in Phnom Penh, which was quite fortunate because it was just around the corner from Sopani's mum and dad's place. So we used to come around here, well, we still do come around here a fair bit, and different foreigners, or Australians I should say, that have been here, coming over to visit us, we've brought them here and they've all loved it. So let's go in for a little bit of a look, and then we'll talk a little bit more about living in the different Asian countries. Yeah, so beautiful little cafe, and a good backstory to it too. Look into it a little bit more. There's information on the net about it that you'll find. So let's go back to the reasons why a lot of people now are choosing Cambodia over the likes of Thailand, Vietnam, etc. Mass numbers moving to Cambodia. The simple answer is visa and cost of living. Cost of living probably high on the priority list. Statistics will show you, contrary to belief of some people that come over to Cambodia on YouTube, they tend to hang around the high tourist areas and pay more for it, as you do anywhere. That doesn't matter what country, it's always going to be the same. But statistics will prove to you that Cambodia is actually the cheapest place to live in Southeast Asia. And if you haven't watched that video right there, where I go through cost of living here as an expat, then go and watch it. It gives you a full breakdown. So the other thing is the visa. Literally this morning, I was watching a YouTube clip about the struggles expats are having now in Thailand with visa situations, or people wanting to move to Thailand and the struggles they're having with that. One of the big things that I got from watching this video, and I'll put a screenshot of it up here now, so go and watch it. I'm not subscribed to the channel at all. It was just a video that I happened to come across flicking through. But one of the big things that they spoke about in there was the visa situation for people that are shifting to Thailand and renting apartments, and those apartments are owned by foreign investors. And unless those foreign investors have 12 monthly visas, it makes it really difficult for you to get a visa as somebody that wants to go there, because now they have to provide to the government a copy of their passport and a copy of their 12-month visa, the investor that is. So if you're renting from somewhere, well basically you go and watch the video, but basically the guy that owns a visa agency said avoid it. Just rent from the Thai people, don't rent from foreign investors. Whereas in Cambodia, that's not such an issue at all. As you would have seen, I just did a video about investors here. And since I did that video on that investor, I've actually helped another investor purchase a property here as well. So that's actually 2 that I've done now. And instead, I don't ask for anything for it. I've done it off the, Sophie and I have done it off, sorry, there's a lot of traffic around here. I have to keep careful while I'm walking down this street. We've just done it off our own back to help out. But yeah, so there are a couple of the reasons, and I believe Vietnam is getting very strict on their visas as well. Not saying that Cambodia is easy anymore either. They've put a few restrictions on Cambodia now as well, and there is people getting turned away at the airports for various different reasons. I agree with a lot of them, why they're turning them away. So, but that's a political thing, and I'm not here for that. So let's have a little look at, just go for a walk down this street here, why TTP or Toul Tom Pong is fast becoming an area that people that want to live in Phnom Penh are shifting to. As I said, cost, convenience to everything, and the amount of variety that you've got here of food, choices of accommodation at very affordable rates, lifestyle, and the people here. So I'll flick you around. Like right here, clothing stores, lots of coffee shops here. There's a really good place just right there called Pinocchio's Gelato. If you love gelato, it's the best place to go to get gelato for sure. And then you've also got straight across the road from it, a lot of people ask where they can buy Western sized clothing. This shop right here opposite Pinocchio's is an exceptionally good shop. So if you don't know, Cambodia makes a lot of garments for a lot of big brands as well as cheaper brands. And usually any excess or seconds are being sold back at that shop there. So you can buy some very expensive brands for a quarter of the cost, or maybe even less than a quarter of the cost. But yeah, this area is all developing. There's a lot of Australian companies here as well that are opening up businesses, as well as American companies, UK companies. And just in front of us here, this orange building we're coming up to is called Angkor Mart, which is a nice big supermarket that's often full of foreigners buying products because it's very well priced, exceptionally well priced. Don't get confused with this Angkor Mart being the same as the Angkor Mart that's in Siem Reap. If you've been to Siem Reap, it is not the same shop, it is not the same owners. It's actually completely different. But yeah, there's a lot here. And yeah, we're just walking along here, heading towards the Russian market area. And shortly we'll probably come across foreigners everywhere if we keep walking along here. So yeah, if you're looking at shifting overseas, and look, I advise you do it. Absolutely. Have a look at those burgers there for $3, $2.50. Good value. I can actually get burgers, really good burgers for $1. If you're ever over here, ask me and I'll tell you where to go. Exceptionally good burgers. That goes with anything. If you need to know anything, just reach out to us. Sopni and I can assist you in more ways than you could ever imagine about living in Cambodia, and we have a lot of contacts here. But yeah, it's interesting how many people are now moving to Cambodia. Yes, the wages are a little bit lower than other countries, but you can make it work very, very easily with the cost of living. Whereas in a lot of your Western countries now, your wages and your cost of living just don't add up. Retiring. If you're looking at retiring here in Cambodia, it's a really, really simple process. 55 years of age and you can come here on a retirement visa. So, you know, like, it's just, they just make it easy. They're not making it hard for anybody at all. And there's everything here that you could possibly ever want and more. This is the Russian market area. So this is very, very popular with foreigners that are here living permanently, and also a lot of tourism here, this market. I tend to find it a little bit more expensive than some of the other places, but they're just things that you learn. This tuk-tuk's going to run me over. No reverse camera on those things, they don't know. Looks like a new shop opening up here. Going to be selling suitcases. Yeah, a lot of your clothing stores out here. This is a very busy area just around here. This is in the middle of the day. This is just after 1 p.m. And this place is just rocking all the time. Very, very busy. There's a lot of good food in there as well. So if you're here and you're looking for food, definitely a good place to go. You can see a traffic jam here. And I can guarantee you this traffic jam is caused probably by one idiot that's decided to turn in front of all the traffic. It's a common problem here. Oh yes, here we go, the Kia Carnival. He's just decided to pull out in front of everybody and has held everybody else up. Yeah, you can see here, the market. If you come in here and you've got a motorbike, just park your motorbike here. They'll look after it for you, cost you $1. Ice cream shops across the road, KFC if you want KFC. There was a Pizza Hut back there earlier we walked past. A lot of bakery. A lot of everything, good mix, really good mix here. Western food, Japanese restaurants, Korean restaurants, Italian restaurants, Khmer restaurants, and crazy tuk-tuk drivers everywhere. That's one thing that you need to, if you're going to be here, you'll need to learn very quickly that you need to look, don't just look to your left and your right, look to your left, right, front, forward, backwards, and then do it all again. Because tuk-tuk drivers have a habit of just spinning around in front of you for no reason. They just don't care, like this guy's just done. U-turn right in the middle of the road. They do it all the time. So this is around the other side of the markets where they sell a lot of the fruit and veggies and food and so forth. At night time, these markets all change too. Inside of it closes, the outside of it comes alive. And actually it's pretty common across Southeast Asia, full stop, where the daytime and the nighttime are very, very different. When places like these stalls close and new ones open up selling food. So that's very, very common. Oh, in case you've been wondering where's Sopani, she was off doing some work, me wandering around. So she's here to pick me up. We've got to go actually over, as I just mentioned before, that we helped a second investor purchase an apartment. Well, that apartment had a tenant already lined up for it. So we're actually going over to meet the tenant because the investor's not here in the country anymore. And we've got the keys and the paperwork and all that sort of stuff for them to hand to them. And so that's one of the reasons. And that apartment is here in this area, which is one of the reasons why we're over in this area at the moment. And I thought I'd give you a look around at the same time. So I'm going to end the video here. But yeah, definitely look into moving to Southeast Asia. Watch that video if you're looking at Thailand, because yeah, there's a lot of information in there that is going to affect a lot of people. As I said, Thailand's cracking right down on their visa situation, and Vietnam, from my understanding, is following suit. I'm saying that I applied for my tourist visa 4 weeks ago now for our upcoming trip, and it literally took me 48 hours to get it. Maybe because I've been there before and all my information was already in there, I'm not sure. I'll just flick you around here. I love how Cambodia really is, it's really organised. Like, so you know, if you're looking for tools, all along this street here, and it keeps going all the way down, they're all tool shops, and on the other side as well. So if you're looking for tools, this is exactly where you come to. If you're looking for phone shops, for example, you'll find a whole bunch of them along here. So they do that with a lot of their things. I know that they do that in other Southeast Asian countries as well, but I seem to find it more in Cambodia. It's very well organised. But yeah, as I said, end the video here. We're going to head off to this apartment now, and we'll see you next time. Ciao.